Well, hello again, and welcome to another Hyperion Morning. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to it. Hopefully you've had a great week. We've had a pretty good week, right, Michelle?
Oh my gosh, words couldn't describe how much fun we've had.
But we'll be doing a little bit of describing today and a lot more describing this weekend. We'll tell you a lot about that. But yeah, as you can see from our little nameplate here, we are still in vacation mode. Yes, it's Friday and maybe you have to work today, and sorry about that. We are still recovering, trying to get over what was our vacation, our recent Disney cruise, right, Michelle?
It was one of those that it was just so fun, but a lot of activities, a lot of fun activities. And as Tom said, yeah, we're trying to recover from all the excitement and all the activities.
Yes. So we'll talk a little bit about that this morning. This is going to be a little bit different morning show than what you're used to. You know, we always have at least a piece of shameless self-promotion. This is going to be a lot of shameless self-promotion today, just getting you set for that. But I think you might be interested in what we have to say. So what are we talking about on this Friday, August 8th, 2025? We haven't been with you in a week. That's because we were recently on the Disney Vacation Club member cruise for 2025 aboard the Disney Dream, right, Michelle?
Our first member cruise. I'm sure now it's not going to be the last. It was amazing.
It was amazing. We have so many things to talk about on this cruise. And yes, there were regular cruise aspects of it, but a lot of it was with a dash of DVC, Disney Vacation Club member love, including look at the island here over Castaway Cay. Members have claimed the island just as we claimed the ship. So much fun. It was great. Lots of, as Disney does with all their themed sailings, lots of touches on board, lots of photo opportunities, lots of signage, lots of things to celebrate the trip.
Right. I mean, if you've ever been on one of the Disney cruises that have been like a one of the themed, whether it's Halloween on the high seas or the Christmas or whatever, you may have seen a lot of decorations. It was like that, but all about DVC membership and DVC being DVC members and the celebration of DVC coming together to put on an amazing cruise.
Right. And we did receive, you may know, if you've heard of anything about these Disney Vacation Club member cruises, you do get gifts. We got a lot of gifts. We'll talk about that more on this weekend's episode, what we received, because there's a ton of stuff. Well, not really the place here. We'll talk about that. We want to talk more about the experiences there, because also on there, they have specialized days. They have special panels that were amazing. We had one day that was all about the 80s and 90s, Michelle.
Oh, it was so crazy fun. They really leaned in on this theme, and it was great. It was great to see a lot of celebrities involved with 80s and 90s, and talking about films that came out at that time as well. And it was truly incredible.
Right,
I keep saying the same thing.
So part of it, 80s, 90s, of course, you're going to go to a 90s classic movie. We had a panel that was the making of the Goofy movie. I'm going to zoom in here. You can see that is, of course, Bill Farmer, who is Goofy himself, right. Disney legend Bill Farmer. That is Jason Marsden, who plays Max over there on the left. Kevin Lima, the director for the film. And of course, the great Brett Iwan there moderating that panel. And that was an amazing panel in and of itself.
Oh my God. It was incredibly interesting. A lot of behind the scenes, historical, what happened back then to put together this movie that really wasn't at first, highly acclaimed, but has such a cult following now. And people just love it. And it was one of those that brought tears to our eyes.
There were many things. Me, you know me. But we brought tears to both of ours many, many times. Another great panel that we had on 80s, 90s Day was a talk with another Disney legend, the great director of so many films you love. You just go down the list, you can see The Little Mermaid here, but Moana, Princess and the Frog, Aladdin, so many amazing movies. Ron Clements was on board, and he had an amazing talk, Michelle.
Yeah, he really did, again, give some behind the scenes perspective of what took place from getting something like The Little Mermaid on as a film and the real renaissance of animation at Disney.
Right, and fit in right because a lot of his great movies were in the 80s and 90s. I mean, he continued on to the 2000s, of course, but a lot of those movies were during that period. So great discussion with him. Also, we had an 80s, 90s celebration and concert where we had amazing performers, including the great Susan Egan, among others, up on stage doing songs of the 80s and 90s, including some amazing cameos.
Yes, and we had the amazing Jodie Benson.
Yes.
Kind of go a little off her normal brand of Ariel.
You know, she sung Part of Her World a lot. She went a little bit the opposite of that. We'll talk about that this weekend for this show, right?
Yes, and she also brought on a very special guest to join her.
We'll talk a lot about that. And then after that, there was a great 80s, 90s dancing on deck party that included, maybe if you've seen the video we released this morning for our little, every day we release a little picture or a video or something. And it was the fireworks show that kind of punctuated this dancing on deck where we were just listening to 80s, 90s music all night and dancing away and having a good old time.
Oh, yeah. They had a great DJ, a lot of songs from the 80s and 90s, and people were having such an incredible fun time. We did a little bit of mousercising out there by a very special guest who kind of moderated some of that celebration on deck.
Total fun. Total fun.
And hearing about
that. You will hear more about that this week for sure. That wasn't the only panels though. That was that day, but there were another day. Usually it was there were panels on pretty much every day, but most of these were on C days where they had the big panels. And one of them that we were really excited about because they've been guests on our show before was they did Walt Disney and Latin America talk with, of course, the great Ted Thomas, great filmmaker, author, and the great historian, author Didier Guez, who we were able to reconnect with. And maybe one might be joining the show in the future. We'll see about that. But they had a fantastic talk. They're two of our favorite people as well.
They are. And it's always fun and exciting for us when we get to meet people that we actually did get a chance to interview. And these are such warm, genuine people that it was great. And we're excited that we're going to be having one of them join us for a really interesting topic.
Yeah, we're trying to figure out all that, but that we already had a discussion that is probably coming in the near future. There's been many discussions. Actually, there may be several episodes that kind of bloom out of this cruise. We'll get to all that. And of course, if we talked about all the celebrities we got to meet, we were blessed to have so many kind, wonderful, amazing people, Disney legends like Floyd Norman, Bill Farmer, Ron Clements here, Ashley Eckstein and her husband, David Eckstein, who's a great baseball player, was a great baseball player, Brett Iwan, so many amazing people that were so generous with their time. And we got to be lucky enough to get some photos with them as well and meet them. And they're just all wonderful.
Yeah. And who knew that Ashley was like the best selfie taker?
Yes. Yeah. Look at that picture. That is her taking that picture. And she'll admit, she'll say it. I'm really good at this. And her husband will say that she's really good at it. And look at that picture. We have never taken a selfie. As you can see from all these other selfies that we've taken, we've never taken a selfie that good. So thank you to her for doing that for sure.
But that just kind of shows you how really engaged they are with the fans and everything, that she's like, oh, give me a camera. I'm really good at this.
For sure. So that was amazing. Just so many amazing moments during this cruise. And this was special as well. This was totally unexpected. They had a little combination going with La Cava del Tequila on board, where they did a little scavenger hunt, essentially. You bought them. You didn't find them, or you had to find them and buy them. But with, what was it, like 6 different La Cava drinks on board.
Like 6 different ones,
And it was kind of like, if you think about the festivals, you think about Emil's fromage montage or the cookie stroll or whatever like that, is when you bought one, you got a stamp. And at the end, you got a gift. And you can see I'm wearing my gift. So I guess we were successful in finding those drinks, right, Michelle?
Yeah. It was funny when I was turning, we each had a booklet that we got stamped. And when I was turning in mine, she's like, well, thank you so much for drinking. And I'm like, oh, my pleasure.
Yeah. But they had some great talks about some of the drinks. You can see there, that was Gustavo from one of the mixologists,
Mhm.
yeah, presenters there with Tim O'Day. They were doing the avocado
Mhm.
margarita, which we've definitely sampled on board. This was kind of an espresso martini. We'll go over the names of the
Yeah.
episode of what
Yeah.
they all are. We'll go over the list, but they had many, many, and they were all the ones we tried. I think were delicious. We liked some over others, but that was phenomenal.
Yeah, and they, like you said, they were all in different lounges of the ship that you could try different ones, and it was fun and entertaining to do it, and it was a real way to sample some margaritas that I personally would tell you I wouldn't have sampled any of them, and I loved
Yeah, she's not
pretty
really a big tequila
no.
fan, although she's becoming the biggest tequila fan all of a sudden over the last few months. But
My
this
tastes have
this
changed, I guess.
definitely helped. This definitely helped. So that was really amazing and something totally unexpected, including we got some free that you showed you that 80s, 90s dance party. We got some free margaritas on deck as well,
Right.
which helped the 80s,
Yeah.
90s dancing, yes, or made at least when you dance poorly not seem so bad.
Not noticeable.
Yes, yes. And we did get the chance to get an early look at the movie that's coming out. It debuts tonight, Freakier Friday. We had an amazing experience in the Walt Disney Theater, getting to check it out. They had a little presentation beforehand, and then we got to see the whole film. Michelle, what did you think of this? Is going to be our little review. We'll give it a longer one over the weekend, I'm sure. This is a little review. Freakier Friday. What did you think of this movie?
I really loved it. And I guess I should be embarrassed to say I didn't see the original Freaky
Which is
Friday.
incredible. I'm
I
surprised
know.
she's never seen it.
I know. I think I've seen bits of it, but never the whole film. And this was really fun. It's a fun film, but it's also filled with heart. I got choked up at times as well, and I can't say enough about Jamie Lee Curtis. She's amazing, and they really put some fun twists in this, and I think it definitely met the title of Freakier Friday because it was really funny.
Now, granted, we saw it in front of the perfect crowd because it was a crowd that was ready to see this movie and knew a lot of this and was ready to enjoy it. But it was very, very funny, very, very heartfelt, as Michelle said. Really, really enjoyed it. Is it a perfect movie? Absolutely not. It's not. It's probably not an Academy Award winner, or at least not. It's not looking up for Best Picture. But if you just want a good, fun time at the theater with a little bit of heart and a lot of laughter,
Right.
this is one really great. Jamie Lee Curtis, great. Lindsay Lohan getting back, kind of rebounding from when her image kind of dropped when she had some. She got mixed up in some bad things for a little while there. Her coming back and kind of bringing her career back. It was all spectacular. We loved it. We're so glad we got the opportunity to see. We don't know if we would have seen it in the theater. I don't know. We probably would have waited till it got like on Disney Plus or something, but couldn't have been happier that we got the chance to see it and see it in this setting.
Yeah, and it's one of those. It's a great family film. It hits a lot of different age groups and genres, and you'll find comedy pieces in it for everybody.
Yeah, there'll be plenty of nostalgia for those of you who grew up during that time period. Remember, unlike Michelle, who didn't see the original movie, watch the original movie or whatever, you're going to get it all. And I really think you're going to enjoy this film. It is very, very good. What would you give it out of 10, Michelle?
Out of 10? Oh, I think I'd give it an 8 or 9,
Yeah, that's right about where I said solidly 8.5. Really good. Really enjoyable. We will be rewatching it. Probably not in the theater. I have to admit it. We got this as part of this. Probably not going to pay again to see it, but very excited when it gets out on Disney Plus or whatever to see it again.
Yeah.
You'll laugh. It's there were times I saw tears, not from being heartfelt, streaming from Michelle's eyes because she was laughing so hard at a couple moments. You'll know those moments, especially when you get old like me. You'll understand some of those moments. It's hilarious stuff. Great movie. Really, really, really good movie. And one of the best live action Disney sequels I think I've seen. Really, really enjoyable. So go check it out this weekend. Go see it and have a good old time for sure. So that was a treat. That was a treat for sure. But we'll talk much more about this member cruise coming up this week. And this is a Hyperion morning, so we do need to cover on a few things that is, our usual morning show. It's going to be brief, but today is National Pickleball Day. So if you love your pickleball, We have really wanted to play pickleball for a long time. We have not had the opportunity. Well, we probably had the opportunity, but we've not taken advantage of the opportunity yet, Michelle, but maybe sometime soon, right?
Yes. And oh my God, the pickleball scene in the film was
Oh, that's right. There was a pickleball scene. Yes.
crack up.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good point. It's a good tie-in to what we were just talking about, for sure. I didn't even think of that, but that's true. That's true. After you play your pickleball, maybe you want to get out and sleep under the stars, because tonight is National Sleep Under the Stars Night, or Sleep Under the Stars Day, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, a great way. You can go to Fort Wilderness, sleep under the
I was
stars.
just gonna say,
Go into your backyard. Sleep. Although it's been raining here in Florida,
yeah.
surprisingly, you don't usually get a lot of rain overnight and into the mornings. Today was that much, and I think
Yeah.
it's going to be that way over the next few days. So maybe not the best time to do it this
A little
time, but
soggy. Yeah.
depending on where you are in the country, the weather's nice at night. Go out and sleep under the stars. Get the family together and break out the sleeping bags, a tent, whatever you need to do.
Yeah, and appreciate nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the stars and our place in the universe, for sure. If you want to get really deep on it, which we won't, we'll move on to something that's not very deep. How about it's National Whataburger Day? Michelle's never seen Freaky Friday. I've never had a Whataburger. I've not. I hear great things about it. Very Texas franchise, but it's in other places as well. But people love Whataburger. I just have never experienced one. What about you?
Yeah, no, I haven't.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Maybe today's the day if you can find one
Yeah.
in your area to definitely try a Whataburger. I would imagine if it's Whataburger Day, there's probably some deals going on at Whataburger.
True.
So maybe check that out as well. Or maybe you want to try something like this. It is National Mochi Day. Mochi is a traditional Japanese dessert made from cultured rice, essentially, and usually flavored with different kind of fruit flavors, strawberry, whatever. But it's really, really delicious and light and wonderful. And if you enjoy that, maybe get out to the Japan Pavilion. I'm sure you can find some out there. Try some mochi today.
Nice. Yeah. It's really, like you said, a nice refreshing way to, whether it's a end a meal or a snack or whatever.
Yeah, really, really nice dessert. Really, really delicious. Something definitely to enjoy on this day. Hey, if it's your birthday today, very happy birthday to you. Again, it is August 8th, 2025. Here are just a few people. There are more, but I just didn't have time to get them all on the list from today's birthday, including the amazing, fantastic, wonderful Dustin Hoffman. He turns 88 today, born on this day in 1937. He's won a couple Academy Awards. He's won 5 Golden Globe Awards, a couple Emmys. He's been nominated for a Tony. Of course, you just go down the list of films. Of course, The Graduate, All the President's Men, Rain Man, Tootsie, just Hook.
Yeah.
He was Captain Hook in Hook. Just name them all. He is spectacular.
Yeah, very versatile actor that is so talented.
One of the best of our times for sure. Happy birthday to him. Happy birthday to one of the greatest guitar players of our time, The Edge from U2. He turned 64 today, born on this day in 1961. One of our favorite bands. He's won with U2 22 Grammys.
Wow.
22 Grammys. And of course, is a member of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with U2. Of course, The Edge is not his real name, but he's gone by The Edge since the 80s, so we're going to continue with that here.
Nice.
Love you too, Michelle.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like you said, one of our favorite bands.
And funny story about U2 is that twice we've had tickets to see U2, and twice we have not been able to go see U2. I don't know if we'll ever get to go chance to go see U2, but maybe still someday. We'll hope. I heard they're working on a new album. We'll see if that comes out here sometime.
Nice.
Soon.
Yeah.
Finally, last but definitely not least, great Pixar director, editor, producer, Lee Unkrich. He turns 58 today, born on this day in 1967. Just name the movies: Toy Story 2, Monsters, Inc., Finding Nemo, a movie that was kind of displayed, and we'll talk about this on this weekend, Coco. He is the co-director a lot of times, sometimes writer, sometimes producer of all those films and many, many more that you love. He has won a couple of Academy Awards. Happy birthday to him.
Absolutely. Yes.
And again, if it's your birthday,
Happy birthday.
Very, very happy birthday to you. We haven't had enough shameless self-promotion, so let's do it again. We are, of course, going to be talking about this weekend, all about this member cruise. We've talked about it here this morning, but we're going to get more into detail about it on this next episode. We hope you'll join us because it's lots of great stuff. Oh, yeah, we have one of the gifts. We didn't even show off. Here's one of the gifts we got. Look at that. Talking about Coco. Yeah, that was one of our great gifts, a little Dante plush, Dante Alabrije plush,
Yeah.
which was adorable and cute, and all the kids loved it, and we loved it because we're kids at heart. Yeah, that's just one of the gifts that we received on board. So many gifts, so many gifts. I don't know how we got it all home, but we did. We did. Anyway, we'll be talking a lot about that and some of the amazing experiences more in detail this weekend. So hopefully you'll join us on our next episode of the Hyperion Adventures podcast. All right, getting out of here, everybody. Have an amazing day. Have a fantastic Friday. You get through the day. You're on to the weekend. Enjoy the heck out of it, of course. And we'll be here to provide. We promise tomorrow it won't be as much shameless self-promotion, but since we hadn't talked to you since we got back from the cruise, there will be some. We are who we are. We're going to promote our show. That's what this is partially all about. We will be promoting our show, just maybe not as much tomorrow.
Right.
But no matter what you got going on this Friday, please, please, please keep on sharing that kindness. Keep on sharing those smiles. And of course, keep on sharing that positivity. We will be back with you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. on the weekend to do all those things with you once again. Right, Michelle?
Absolutely.
So until that time, everybody have a magical day. See you tomorrow. Bye.